Today's lesson is Plus Talk, troubleshooting a video call. Hi, everybody. My name is Roger.
And I'm Helen.
And today we're talking about making a video call. You might make a phone call using your telephone, your smartphone, or whatever. But nowadays, of course, if you want to talk to people from far away and you want to talk to two or more people at the same time, you might have a video call, sometimes called a video conferencing call. But, of course, when you have these video calls, there can be problems, and that's why we need to do some troubleshooting.
Yes, video calls have become very common, especially during the COVID period when people were not able to talk to each other face-to-face. So a lot of meetings and interviews were conducted or are still being conducted via video call or video conferencing. And even though there are a lot of software programs to facilitate video conferencing these days, sometimes you still might come across some problems and you need to troubleshoot those problems.
Exactly. So, of course, if you use computers, they oftentimes have problems with the software or the equipment itself or your signal or your connection or whatever. So you need to figure out what the problems are and solve them. You need to do some troubleshooting. So let's find out what they're going to do regarding connection issues. In the first part of our lesson, it's a conversation between Sam and Kyle.
Troubleshooting a video call.
1. Connection issues. Sam and Kyle are trying to join Jane's video chat meeting to discuss the group project with her and Anna.
No, it's still loading. Look, you can see the icon on the screen. Well, it should have connected by now. There's probably a network issue. Can you end the call and try again? Sure, just give me a second. Nope, still the same thing. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi. I'll try resetting the router. Has that made a difference? Connecting to network. Okay, I'm trying to join the meeting now. Done.
Hey, look who's here. What took you guys so long?
大家好，标题中我们看到动词 troubleshoot 表示为点点点解决困难或是排除问题，像是An expert managed to troubleshoot the problem with Sandy's laptop. 一位专家成功排除了 Sandy 的笔电问题，或是 The customer service agent helped me troubleshoot some issues with our router. 这名顾客服务专员帮我解决了我们路由器的一些问题。
So again, the title of today's lesson is Troubleshooting a Video Call. Now, first of all, the word troubleshooting here comes from a troubleshooter, the word troubleshooter, which is a person who has a particular skill, and that person's job is to solve problems at the job. So, for instance, a technical expert could be a troubleshooter for a company. I know that in our company at Live ABC, sometimes when we have problems with the computer, if the computer freezes or I can't get something to work, then I will call Robert, who is our troubleshooter, and he'll fix the problem. So he's good at troubleshooting. Now, we're talking here about troubleshooting a video call. And in the first section, which is called connection issues, we have Sam and Kyle trying to join Jane's video chat meeting to discuss the group project with her and Anna. So the first problem we're going to talk about is connection issues.
Right, so Jane and Anna are already online, but Sam and Kyle want to join that video chat meeting, but they're having some problems. And Sam starts by saying, "No, it's still loading. Look, you can see the icon on the screen." So again, if you want to use a software program or if you want to join a video call or something like that, you need to load the program first. So Sam says it's still loading. It's still getting ready in the computer. computer there, and he says, you can see the icon on the screen. An icon is a very small picture that indicates something else. It represents maybe a software program or some kind of function that is ongoing. In this particular case, the program is still loading, and the icon on the screen is telling us that, yes, it's still loading and it's not quite ready yet. So hold your horses. Don't be so anxious.
Right, so that is the first issue that they've come across. Now, an issue is a problem that needs to be solved, that needs to be considered. And what is the difference between an issue and a problem? Well, a problem is something minor that you can maybe solve in a minute, in a second, whereas an issue tends to be more complex. You might need to think about it more, figure out what the problem is to be able to fix it. So I might say something like, I have no issues with your proposal, meaning I have no problems with your proposal. I've thought about it, so you can go ahead and put your proposal into effect.
Right, but in this particular case, there's an issue with the network. There's some sort of problem, some kind of issue, some kind of difficulty. And Kyle is losing his patience. He's getting impatient. So he says, can you end the call and try again? That's a good suggestion. Sometimes this happens when you try to go online and, say, go to Facebook or something, and you're staring at a white screen for a really, really long time. Sometimes it's just better to just turn it off and start over again. And that's kind of what he's suggesting here. Let's just end the call and then try to make another call. Maybe it will work that way.
And Sam says, sure, just give me a second. So that's what he does. And then he replies, nope, still the same thing. So he's tried ending the call, and then he's logged back on, and he's still experiencing the same problem.
Okay, so of course you need to troubleshoot. You need to try various things to figure out what the problem is. Kyle says, well, maybe it's the Wi-Fi. I'll try resetting the router. So again, Wi-Fi is a way to access the internet wirelessly, usually at home or in a business or in the office. And so, yeah, maybe there's a problem with the Wi-Fi. Maybe we're not getting a good signal. So if you're using Wi-Fi, you will have a device called a router, which is where the outside line comes in. It goes into that device and then spreads the signal out or broadcasts it into the air so that your remote devices can pick it up. So he's going to reset the router. Sometimes this happens at home when the internet is not working. We call in to the cable company and they suggest turning off the router. Turn off the router and unplug everything and wait maybe 5 to 10 minutes and then turn everything back on again.
Yes, so Kyle walks over to the router and turns it off and on again. Has that made a difference? He asks Sam. And Sam, he's talking out loud, says, connecting to network, okay. I'm trying to join the meeting now. And he succeeds. Done, he says.
And then Jane is on the screen. And she says, hey, look who's here. What took you guys so long? We've been having this meeting and we were expecting you, Sam, and Kyle to join us, but you took so long to get here. What was the delay? What was the problem?
That's right. So Jane had no idea about the problem that Kyle and Sam were going through. And now we're going to talk about the next part, which is screen sharing.
2. Screen sharing. Anna is having difficulty with her presentation software and has called Kyle for help.
Yeah, it's really weird. The embedded video on one of the slides won't play. Have you encountered this problem before?
No, but I might be able to help if you show me the error message. Can you share your screen?
Sure, just give me a second. There, can you see it?
Nope, it's blank. Is your video call open on the same browser window as the presentation software? Sometimes that can cause issues. Try opening the presentation software in a new browser window and then share your screen again.
All right, how about now?
Yes, I can see it now.
第二部分我们看到单字 presentation 这个字是名词，指 报告、简报或是演讲。例如 Leona was very nervous before her presentation to the boss. Leona 在向老板简报前非常紧张。另外，将 presentation 字尾的 ation 去掉，就变成了动词 present， 意思是呈现。我们可以说 Jack had to present his science project in front of the whole school. Jack 必须在全校面前呈现自己的科学专案内容。再来，我们看到单字 weird， 这个字是形容词，表示怪异的或是不寻常的，像是 Alex took his car to his mechanic when it started making a weird noise. Alex 把车送去给修车技师，因为车子开始发出怪声。也可以说 Lester didn't like the story because it had a weird ending that didn't make sense. Lester 不喜欢这个故事，因为它的结局怪异不合理。另外补充这个字的同义字 bizarre, B-I-Z-A-R-R-E, bizarre, 表示奇异的或是异乎寻常的。我们可以说The lab is well known for its bizarre inventions. 那间实验室以它的奇异发明闻名。或者 Someone left a series of bizarre messages on Linda's phone. 有人在 Linda 的电话里留了一堆奇怪的留言。接着我们看到形容词 embedded， 意思是置入的或是嵌入的。例如Tina is the engineer who designed the embedded system for medical devices. Tina 是设计医疗设备嵌入系统的工程师。另外，将 embedded 字尾的 ded 去掉，就变成了动词 embed， 表示植入或是嵌入，像是The veterinarian embedded an identification chip in the dog's ear. 兽医在狗的耳朵植入辨识晶片，或者 A dinosaur fossil was embedded in the rock. 那块石头里嵌着恐龙化石。最后，我们看到单字 browser， 这个字是名词，指浏览器。举例来说 The browser on my computer kept saying that it could not access the internet. 我的电脑浏览器一直说我没有连接到网路。或是 The newer version of this browser is faster and safer. 这个新版本的浏览器更快且更安全。另外补充这个字的动词 browse, B-R-O-W-S-E, browse, 意思是浏览或是随意观看。例如Ted usually spent an hour browsing the web before he went to sleep every night. Ted 每天晚上睡前通常会花1个小时的时间浏览网路。
Okay, so this is a different kind of situation. Now we've got Anna, and she is having difficulty with her presentation software and has called Kyle for help. So this is a different situation. It's all about screen sharing or sharing the screen. And in this particular case, she wants to make a presentation, and so she's using a software program, a presentation program. If you give a presentation, of course, you're maybe in front of a bunch of people, or you're online and you're giving them some information about your project, and you've got charts, you've got pictures, and you're going to be describing things. You're going to make a presentation, but in order to do this on the computer, you need to use presentation software. But well, the software has a glitch. It has a little bit of a problem. She's having difficulty with this program, so she has called Kyle for help. She wants Kyle to do some troubleshooting.
So Anna says to Kyle, yeah, it's really weird. The embedded video on one of the slides won't play. So she's calling the problem weird. Weird just means strange, unusual. It means exactly the same thing as strange. So you can also say, yeah, it's really strange, or yeah, it's really unusual. So what's strange about it? The embedded video on one of the slides won't play. So she wants to make a particular video that she has to play, but this video is embedded. So to embed something, to embed a video or an image, means to include that image or video as part of another software. So for instance, if you already have a video clip on your computer and you want to include it in, let's say, Zoom or Skype as part of your presentation, then you might have to do something specific to embed that video into the presentation software.
So it's as if the video is already there in the program, in the video, but it won't play. And that's a problem. Anna needs that video to play in order to give her presentation. So she asks Kyle, have you encountered this problem before? So to encounter means to come across something, to find something. And she could also have asked, have you had this problem before? Have you seen this problem before? Have you experienced this problem before? And if you have, do you know how to solve this problem?
And Kyle says, no, but I might be able to help if you show me the error message. Can you share your screen? So Kyle can't really see what's going on Anna's screen. So he says, well, maybe I can help you, but you have to show me what appears on your screen. Can you share your screen with me? In other words, can I see your screen, what you're seeing now?
That can be easily done on these video calls, on these conferencing calls. So Anna says, sure, just gimme a second. Now, gimme here, G-I-M-M-E, is colloquial. It's just a simple way of saying, give me a second. And when people say this, they often kind of shove those two words together. Give me is kind of difficult to say fast, so give me a second. Just give me a second. Just wait a moment. And then she does something to the program to allow the screen to show on Kyle's screen. And then she says, there, can you see it? I've done it. You should be able to see my screen now.
Just going back a minute to the word gimme, there's another example, which is wanna. You know, we often say wanna when we're talking instead of saying want to, because it's more difficult to say want to because of the two T's. You know, the T at the end of want and the T at the beginning of to. So when we say it fast, it often ends up sounding as wanna. And then now with texting and writing on computers, we don't even write want to anymore. We often write wanna, which is spelled W-A-N-N-A. And I think if you look in some dictionaries, you can even find the word wanna in those dictionaries.
A similar word is going to. I'm going to give it to you. You could shorten going to gonna. I'm gonna give it to you. I want to go to the art festival. Gimme some time, etc. These happen often in English, as they do in other languages. Y'all do that in Chinese as well. You often smush words together, and that can be difficult for learners of Chinese to figure out what exactly you guys are trying to say.
And Kyle says, nope, it's blank. So Anna was unable to share her screen. And Kyle says, is your video call open on the same browser window as the presentation software? So Kyle wants to know whether the video call, which is the screen showing Kyle's image, is the same one that Anna is using for the video as the presentation software.
So, of course, your browser is the program that you use to access the internet. And, of course, the browser can have lots of windows or different tags and things like that, different pages. So Kyle has a suggestion here. Try opening the presentation software in a new browser window and then share your screen again. So yes, she's going to open a new browser window and try to open the presentation software in that new window. Maybe that will work, and then you can share your screen again. That might be successful.
Now, a word about the word browser. So browser here, as Roger mentioned, refers to the computer program that lets you look and search through information on the internet. But it comes from the word to browse, the verb, which is basically looking at things without any particular intention, without any particular goal. So you might go into a bookstore and just browse the bookshelves. So you're looking slowly at all of the books on the shelves. You might not have any intentions to buy anything, but you're just slowly looking and taking in the information there.
Indeed, the clerk in the store may come up to you and ask you, can I help you find something? Can I help you today? And you can reply by saying, oh no, I'm just browsing. I'm just looking. If I need any help, I'll be sure to ask you. So again, Kyle makes some suggestions. Try opening the presentation software in a new browser window and then share your screen again. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to work.
And Anna says, all right, how about now? So she has done what Kyle suggested. She opened a new browser window and Kyle replies, yes, I can see it now. So Kyle is able to see Anna's computer screen and that problem has been solved.
Indeed. So I think everybody needs a guy like Kyle who knows how to troubleshoot and to solve problems because with all this high technology, of course, it's supposed to be reliable, but as we know, it's not. We have lots of problems. There are lots of bugs in the system. There are lots of glitches. So we do need to sometimes do our own troubleshooting. And yes, indeed, computers can be a pain in the neck sometimes. Okay, that brings us to the end of our explanation for today. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher, Hanny.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。在第一部分的对话里面， Sam 和 Kyle 要加入视讯会议，但是连线出了问题，他们结束通话再重试一次也一样。那么 Kyle 就把这个路由器关掉再重开，他问 Sam 说 Has that made a difference? 有什么不同吗？那这边要介绍的是 make a difference 这个片语呢，它是指有所影响，造成改变或是产生作用的意思，常常是用来指说正面或是好的改变影响。那你可以把它加上 big 或是 a lot of, much, little, small, no 等等的去形容它影响的程度。那有时候我们可能会听到 make all the difference， 它就可以表达说是有重要的影响，产生巨大影响。还有 not make any difference 则表示没有任何影响，不引起任何变化。好，举例来说 The rain made very little difference to us， 下雨对我们几乎没有什么影响。好，那再造个例句哦。Sometimes a little help can make a big difference。 有时候小小的帮助可以造成大大的影响。好，那接着看到课文第二部分对话，一开始他写到 Anna is having difficulty with her presentation software。 Anna 她用简报软体时碰到问题，文中她是用 have difficulty with something 来表达碰到问题。那我们来学习相关的用法。当我们用 have trouble, have a hard time, have difficulty 或是 have problems 这些用语呢，后面都可以接 with 加名词，或者是接动词 ing 去表达说难以做某事，做某事有困难。那特别注意 trouble 和 difficulty 在这边是不可数名词，固定用单数型。好，那我们来看两个例句咯。 Jenny is having difficulty with her homework， 就是说 Jenny 在写作业时遇到困难。 If you have trouble falling asleep, try turning off all your electronic devices an hour before bed。 如果你难以入眠 have trouble falling asleep 就是难以入眠嘛，你可以试着在睡前1个小时关掉所有的电子装置。好，那相反的我们可以用 have no problems, have no trouble 或是 have no difficulty 加上 doing something 去表达说做某事没有问题，没有困难。那你也可以用 have an easy time doing something 去表达做某事很容易，毫无困难。那我们也来造2个例句哦。We had no problems finding a parking space. 我们找停车位没有困难，轻轻松松就找到了。或是说 He had an easy time beating his opponent. 他轻轻松松就打败对手了。那我们最后补充一下哦，刚刚有学到这个 have a hard time 的用法，可是如果你是说 give somebody a hard time, 这则是指说找某人麻烦，刁难某人，让某人不好过的意思咯。好，那以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Issue. If you're experiencing issues with your computer, give us a call. Icon. Double-click the icon to open the application. Presentation. Please save your questions until after the presentation. Weird. It was really weird seeing you on TV last night. Encounter. Darcy encountered many difficulties when she started her new job.
Well, everyone, today's article has come to an end, and I sure hope you enjoyed reading along with us. I am Roger.
I'm Helen.
See you next time.